All right, so this is the setup we have for using fairy lights with rear curtain sync. What rear curtain sync is when you use long exposure and then at the end of that exposure, just before the shutter closes, that's when your flash fires. So I'm going to walk you through what I have and how it's all set up, and then we're going to take a couple shots and I'll show you what they are. So if you look over here, this is my studio area. I got cameras straight in front of the backdrop. I've got a key light off to the camera left. And just for effect, if you come with me, I've got a camera behind the backdrop with a yellow gel in it to cast light forward onto the backdrop and kind of light it up a little bit. So we are going to show you how that works. Without a model, very important that you use a remote shutter release when it's on a tripod doing long exposures. You don't want anything moving your camera, even your own heartbeat. So I'll click this. It's on a 3-second exposure and it all fired. So now we take a look at what that does to the background. It's a reasonably good exposure. You can see that it's a 3-second shutter. Aperture is f13. ISO is 200. And my key light is an AD200. And it's on half power. The background light, walk all the way back here with me again, is an SK402, and it's on 1/16 power. All right, so now show you what this does with a model. Introducing my wonderful daughter, Kenny.
Hiyo.
So she is going to move just a little bit to her right. Perfect. And I'll show you what this does.
Okay.
And you can see that even though she moved in the middle of that long exposure, the key light froze her perfectly. So she doesn't look like she moved at all. Now, she can move into the frame and create some really interesting effect with the background lights. So we're going to show you that one next. So Kenny is going to start off to the left of the backdrop, and she's going to move in as soon as I click the shutter. Now she's in position, and you can see that those lights actually come through her face, through her head, because they were painted on before she got there. So they were part of the image before she moved into it. And then there's enough light from the key light to fully light her up. Now we can try to minimize some of that by setting the key light up to full power and hope that it is enough to offset that. So Kenny, if you're ready. 3, 2, 1. And you can see that she's a little brighter, but it didn't actually stop those from coming through. So she has to be in a place, and she has to be reasonably still, but she doesn't have to be dead still. And here we go. And you can hear, Ken, you want to go back there just a second? You can hear when the shutter goes off. And you'll notice that the lights don't fire. The shutter's wide open, collecting light, and it doesn't actually capture the photo until you hear the poof from the flash. So 3, 2, 1. Shutter open. Kapow! So that's what we get. Pretty cool. Thanks for joining me. Goodbye.